in still.
Hmm?
You're in.
Are you even in the mood to pod today?
Sorry?
Are you even in the mood to pod today?
Listen. See when you're a podder, when this is your life,
Yes, sir.
there are many times when you're not in the mood to pod, but you have to pod.
Right.
That's the part that a lot of people don't talk about. Do you know why? You'll know that because, especially you being in the studio, you'll see how much pods start and how many just don't continue. And the reason why some don't continue is like a bunch of different reasons: finances, schedules, and also mood.
Yeah.
Like, who can always be in the mood to pod?
Yeah.
The people that will pod on a regular basis will pod when they're not in the mood. You see, like today, yeah? A day like today is also a testing time because I could easily turn around and say, you know what, I ain't podding today.
Yeah.
But we've got a duty and 2 weeks of no podding is mad. So if it means I've got to come in and do it by myself, I'll do it. But it's just life circumstances. People have just got things to do or whatever, and they're really important. Can you close that door?
Absolutely.
So, before we get into any of that, Hcpod live. It's about time. Me, Savage Dan Poet, we are going to be Clapham Grand on the 20th of November. Yeah, it is fast approaching. We was at the venue today. It was good. It was good. We had a good time. We shot something down there. The venue's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the venue is very sick. And this one is for like, if you're a day one, you know what? It's mad actually, yeah? When you've been doing something for so long, sometimes it's difficult to like expect that there's like, you know, like the day ones would have been there so long ago. Like day one is like 11 years ago.
Right.
Do you know how much things have happened in 11 years?
Yeah.
Like in people's lives, there's just so much that changes. Like there's so much that changes. I'm going to pivot here quickly, yeah. But that reminds me, I was watching a clip. Bearing in mind, this is only a clip, so I don't know the full context. But Billy the Goat was talking to someone, must be a rapper or whatever. I wasn't too aware of who he was. But he's in jail and he was talking about getting 24 years. I think his other guy got 23 years or whatever. And he's like, oh, like it's not that bad. He didn't think it was that bad. 24 years ain't that bad.
Jesus.
Yo, a year is mad.
Yeah.
A year. I guess obviously when you're working and maneuvering and have a certain type of lifestyle, you gotta understand that there's certain things that are just gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, and if they do happen, you got to charge it to the game. And charging it to the game sometimes means that you've got to spend a little bit of time behind doors and all of that, behind bars and that. 24 years, not that bad.
That's outrageous.
Bro, we started the pod around 11 years ago. Do you know how different I am as a person, bro? Like, I'm different. I feel different. When I come to this pod, yeah, I feel different. I don't feel like how I did, and that was a difficult thing for me at one point too, to be honest with you, because I got to a point here where I was feeling different. I wasn't so much motivated to be here, although I knew I had to be here, but I still love it though. So, but why am I feeling different? Is it because I want to talk about different things? Do I want it to go in a different direction? Like all of that type of stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? Like those are all of the things that go through your mind when you've been doing something for so long. But yeah, in a nutshell, 11 years, so much has happened and so much has changed. So The idea of somebody being in jail and thinking, you know what? 24, I could stomach that.
It's a generation.
I could stomach that. What have you put on the screen?
I said, what's the reference of like what's generation in time? And
It's 10 years, isn't it?
And no, generation is around 20 to 30 years.
20 to 30 years. Obviously that makes sense. Yeah. 20 years.
So they're in prison for an entire generation.
Yeah. Mad. Yo. You see, but I guess it's different now because when you go jail, enough times people have phones and all those type of things, so they're kind of in tune with what's going on now. So when they come out, there's not so much of a mind fuck when it comes to certain things because you were already aware of it. But if you ain't and you spent a certain amount of time in jail, you come out, yo. Max B came out of jail just the other day. This is a thing that would have been good to discuss. Bearing in mind, there's bare things that I'm about to mention today. I'm just going to pose the question and you answer them, okay? I'm going to pose the question, you answer them. But Max B came out of jail and everyone's celebrating Max B coming out of jail and whatnot. Bearing in mind, Max B, if you don't know, Max B, rapper, he was responsible for like essentially a whole style of rapping. Do you know what I mean? That whole wave kind of thing. That was his thing. That was his bag. And from what I remember, and I could be wrong, you maybe get it on the screen, but I think he went to jail for like a robbery. The robbery went wrong. Somebody got murdered or something like that. It just all went a bit mad. And then he was originally supposed to serve a certain amount. I think he originally got like 76 years in prison or something like that, you know? Oh, is that there? Yeah. He got 75 years. So yeah, see it there?
Convicted of 9 counts related to a 2007 robbery in New Jersey that turned fatal.
Right. In the end, he did like 17 years or something like that. Now, and you look at all the things that have changed in the time that he's come out of jail, but between he's gone to jail and come out of jail, mad. Now, imagine somebody like him going into one of them Chinese joints where they've got those toilets where it's all flipping, doing all kinds of stuff. I went into a Chinese restaurant the other day in Kensington, and the toilet's doing all kinds of mad shit in there.
What do you mean?
Like, it heats the seat, it flipping thing just lifts up by itself. You ain't seen none of them.
I seen it in Japan.
So see, if this is mashing up my mind as a free man, if this is mashing up my mind as a free man, imagine being in jail for 17 years and seeing something like that. Do you know what they're shitting on in jail, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, that's the next thing. When you shit with each other, innit?
I guess,
these jails are nice ones.
I don't know.
So everyone gets their own thing.
Maybe.
I'm sure that if you're sharing a cell with a man, yeah, do you shit with him?
But there's rules, right?
What do you mean?
Like cell rules.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, I watched a couple of movies and programs, but it's like, yo, if you're gonna beat your meat, like, turn your head to the side and do it.
That's mad. That would put me off.
If you're gonna go toilet, like, wait for man to leave the cell, like, do it on rec time. Don't be going toilet.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, man, because first things first, yeah, my shit stinks
every time.
Majority of the time. Not when I went, but there was like one diet that I went on and it didn't smell so bad still. It don't smell crazy, but if I'm having a real junky kind of vibe, it might go mad for a bit. But it's like like I don't like smelling someone's bottom. Like, I don't like someone's bottom being in my mouth. Because that's the way that I see it. If you fart or you shit around me, basically someone's bottom is in my lips, and I don't like that. I hate it. I get offended by that. To be honest with you, I hate that.
It is offensive.
And also being around a man when you can just hear it plopping and that. Nah, man, fuck that. That's crazy. So yeah, coming out of jail now and all of those type of things. Mad. What do you think would be one of the first things you would do, barring sex? What would be one of the first things you would do when you come out of jail after doing a big bird, barring sex?
Praying that my mum's still alive. Food.
No, you would know your mum's still alive.
No, but if I'm saying my mum's food.
What do you mean?
If I've done a big bird and I'm an older,
Oh, you want to hope that her food still tastes the same?
I want to hope that my mum's alive to cook me food, her food.
Yeah, but you will know that your mum's alive, bro. When you go to jail, you don't lose contact with the whole world
No,
like that.
I'm saying I would want my mum's food.
Oh, if your mum was alive.
Yes.
Okay.
And if
fair
not, then I'll Eritrean grab for sure. Or go to my auntie's house or something.
Yeah, obviously that's got to be the hard thing.
But
about
food,
me.
yeah, it wouldn't be junk food. I know people come out and get a burger or something.
Yeah, Nando's and that.
Yeah,
like,
but I want
or
mumsy's
Sam's
food,
and-
man.
Huh?
I want mumsy's grab. What about you?
Yeah, if my parents are alive, I'm going straight to go and check my parents
Yeah.
immediately.
Immediate.
I'm doing that before the chop.
Yeah.
I'm doing that before the chop. And you know what? I'm probably gonna whack one before the chop. Because
All right.
I want it to... I don't want it to be quick. Regardless of what the circumstances are. Like, when I'm going in for the first time in ages, I want to still have something about me where I can have, you know what I mean, some fuel in the tank. If I don't do that and I go straight to the chop and it just lasts just a mad quick moment,
Yeah.
nah, I don't want that. So I probably whack one before I do that. And
It must be frightening though, don't you think? Like, you've been in for 20 whatever plus years. You step out and like cars are driving, new shape,
nah.
lights, planes,
Oh yeah,
people talking. You see, like, it's just everything. Like, you can imagine prison is quite regimented. You know what I'm saying? Quiet time, yard time. But you come outside and it's just chaos, isn't it? Compared to what you're used to for 20 plus years.
Yeah. I think also the other part is like being thrown into an environment that you may not necessarily be ready for. I'd be kind of intrigued to find out like what that type of rehabilitation is like. If you've been in jail for a really long time, how do you place somebody back into normal society? Like how does that work? Because yeah, that if you're used to a certain type of living, that's why you could probably see how people come out of jail and then in some way they kind of want to go back to jail. If you ain't got nothing out, you ain't got no parents, you don't feel like you got people that love you and all of that, yeah. And on top of that, it's mad expensive out here. It's nuts. Like, I can see how someone would be like, you know what? I don't want to go back to jail, but I don't mind it. Like, if that's what it is, then that's what that is. But even then, like, I still would think that is a small minority of people that feel that way.
Sure.
As opposed to, like, the majority. Anyway, I don't even think I finished. But yeah, we're going to be at Clapham Grand on the 20th of November. Me, Poet, Savage Dan, the day ones, and that was the point. The day ones and also the day twos. I'm saying day twos are like just before COVID. I classify the day twos as that. Just before COVID, because then you would have been here for around 6 years or whatever, 6-7 years. And then even the new, like, if you're new here and you fancy the vibe, then come and pull up. Like, this is the opportunity to like really be a part of the pod. Also, it's gonna be very interactive. Ideally, I want a decent amount of the show, or yeah, the live show being like actual conversations with them. Do you know what I'm saying? And for us to just bounce off each other. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And obviously, if you're from a different country, you can't see it. I'm sure we're filming it.
We are filming it.
We are filming it. So yeah.
And the crowd won't be on camera.
Why?
I just thought that there would be a lot of people that wouldn't want to be on camera.
Yeah, but if they're gonna talk, yeah, I will cross that bridge when it comes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go through a couple of quick things. I just came from New York quite recently, yeah. Honourable shout out to Red Bull. I had an absolute sensational time with Red Bull in New York, yeah. It was Asake was doing a show at the King's Theatre in Brooklyn with an orchestra, and it was incredible. It was incredible. Asake now is my favorite African artist. He's my favorite. Actually, when I say favorite African artist, can I say that? Because then that means that, like, what am I saying? When I say my favorite African artist, what am I saying?
You're saying that...
I'm saying currently living in Africa. Because Skepta's African. He's Nigerian. He's one of my favorites.
Sure.
So, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I want to say Afro beats, but some of them don't even like that.
It's not fair. I don't like that either.
So what? How do I do it then?
International.
It says Afro beats there though.
Yeah.
Fused Afro beats, classical. So if that's the right term, Afro beats, if that is the right term, which I feel like that's what we know it as, yeah, then I'm saying that. And I feel like we all will say Afro beats, but I have started to notice that a lot of those artists from Africa do have a problem with that term. I think we kind of lightly discussed it on the pod before, where some of them was saying, like, because I kind of have an issue when artists say, like, I'm not that, I'm just an artist. I hate that. I hate that. The reason why I hate it is because there is value with where you've come from.
Yeah.
So it's like, see, like a dancehall, I used to hate it when I hear a dancehall artist say, I'm not a dancehall artist, I'm just an artist. No, like, there's something special about that. Like, and you should wanna own that as well. You should want to champion that. That doesn't mean that you can't do other things, because you can do other things. You can do other things. But though, I understand why some of them say this, because the reason why they say it is because they feel as though if they just say that they're just from here and they do start to make music that is a little bit different or whatever else, that it doesn't get put in that same category. So, for example, this is probably just a big example. Let's say Beyonce, yeah? Beyonce evidently made a country album. It sounds country. It's different. It's not like a normal country album, but it is a country album, yeah? Loads of people would not really want to put that in all of the categories of country because they would not place her as that. So let's say if there was a country award show, they may be reluctant to put her in that because they don't see her as a country artist, where she's made a country album. So I do hear it from that standpoint. If Asake, for example, was saying, you know what, like I wanna make R&B, like this one is R&B to me, and then he's being constantly placed in Afrobeats charts and all of that type of stuff, yeah, then he might not get the radio play that he wants. He may not get the certain type of looks that he wants and all of that type of stuff. So I understand that. But what you got on the screen here?
Sorry, you were talking about Beyonce's country album, and I was just bringing up that I remember reading about...
she did win Best Country, though, didn't she?
She won Best Country in the Grammys, and a lot of people started talking...
They hated it.
They hated it. And so the Grammys this year split. The Best Country Album category would be split into two, to Best Contemporary Country Album.
Don't like that.
And Best Traditional
Nah, don't like
album.
that. I don't like that.
So they've basically gone black and white.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Basically, this is what this is.
Yeah.
Traditionally. Oh, wait, let's get to traditional. Let's get to traditional. This is our thing. And if you want to jump into our thing, this is yours. Because we do traditional and you're doing, contemporary. All right, then. I don't like that. But here's the thing. When you start digging deep into country music and what country music was back in Wade, you start seeing a whole bunch of
melanated individuals.
Right then. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what's traditional then?
I don't know.
What's traditional?
Ask Macklemore, innit?
Yeah. But yeah, in a nutshell though, like Asake, he's my favorite Afrobeats. I'm saying that. He's my favorite one. Like, Burna Boy, cold. And he was my favorite. Wiz was for a moment. Wiz was mine until like, I like Wizkid. I still do like Wizkid. I like how he's styling, and I just like, there's a lot of things that I like about Wizkid. But for me, as everyone knows, if you're day one and day two, yeah, you'll know that like live shows is my thing. I go to live shows for a couple of different reasons. This is like my hobby. I go to live shows because I want to know. First, I want to just hear them live. Anyway, then I also want to know if you're bluffing. Like this music that you made here was really good, but you see the live thing. Have you really got it? Have you really got that? And I thought Wiz had it. I thought when I went and watched Wiz live, I was like, you know what? Wiz is all right still. It was really good. I went to the one where he didn't bring anyone out and everyone was upset about it, and I thought that was ridiculous because I went there to see Wizkid, and Wizkid did Wizkid. If I went to go and see Wizkid and I didn't see Wizkid, I'd be upset. I didn't go to Wizkid to go and see Drake or Chris Brown or whatever. Would be nice.
Yeah.
But cool. Anyway, and then I missed out on Burna Boy, which you went to at West Ham Stadium, innit?
Yeah, London Stadium.
London Stadium, yeah. I missed that, but then I saw his performance at Radio 1 and I said, this man is sensational. That is one hell of a live show. Asake in Brooklyn was absolutely impeccable as well. And you know what it is that I love? Let me tell you what I love. I love it when the show looks well rehearsed. I love it when it looks like the artist went to rehearsals many times.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because you see when an artist goes to rehearsals many times, yeah, it feels what they're doing, it just seems effortless. And so effortless that sometimes it seems easy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching him and I'm saying, what he's doing looks so easy because he's like, it's so smooth. But it was sick. The orchestra, everything, the whole thing that Red Bull did in and around that was cold. Everyone was dressed up really nicely and that. Had the tie out.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, let me find that.
Yeah, slap me up on the screen. Slap me up on the screen. I was looking handsome that day. Look, obviously I know you lot are in the comments all the time. He's 4 foot, he's 2 foot. I'm handsome though. I am though. I am. And that's why there's certain types of blessings that happen for I. Do you understand what I'm saying?
People don't like that though.
They hate it.
People don't like that.
Because let me tell you something, yeah? You see, if God made me 6'5", oh, forget about it. It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair. I lie though.
It wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't. Go back. Go back. If that was 6'5", if that was 6'8",
Eesh.
if that was 6'8",
It might be Magic Johnson, bro.
hide your mother. Trust me. Shout out to Elijah as well, by the way. He's cold. I go back. He does a lot of football content in America.
NFL or
no, soccer.
Football.
Soccer.
Yeah.
He's good. Like he does it at a good high level over there.
Yeah. He's not related to Black Arrow.
If you go on his thing, actually, go on his thing. He said something really cool to me as well. So imagine. Okay, I'll tell you this actually. So a little bit of transparency there. By the way, sorry for the audio listeners. I know I keep referring to the screen, yeah, but you know where to go if you want to thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get to him, but I just wanted to just tell this quick story. So like, I've got to New York on a Wednesday, yeah, but Red Bull had a bunch of things to do leading up to the show, and so there was a few of us that went together. And shout out to Just Jean, shout out to Rihanna as well. Yeah. So, anyways, boom, we've got there now, and then Ree's doing the skating thing. Just Jean's doing the workout stuff, and I think they were doing it in the same place together, which was like in a skating rink, but there was like a couple of things going on over there. So I thought I was going to that, but it turned out I wasn't going to that. I was going to a separate dinner with like some of the Red Bull team and then other like influencers that they had there as well. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going to be on my own. Fine. So I got ready, but these times I'm still thinking, maybe there's going to be someone that flew with us that would be there. That turned out that it wasn't the case. When I've come down out of the elevators now, yeah, I'm just seeing like a bunch of people that I have to go with. So it was weird because it's like, I can speak to anybody. Like, I could just go and I could just speak to anyone, yeah? But in this dynamic, yeah, I don't know nobody. I don't know if any of them knows me. And now I'm having to be in this situation where I'm like, okay, well, I'm with this group of people. I've got to make a friend. Like, so I'm thinking, shit. So obviously I'm just saying hello to everyone, like, oh, hi, whatnot. Because some of them seem like they already knew each other and that. So I'm saying hello. And then when I met him, he was like, oh, this is crazy. He was like, he told me what he did, yeah. And he said it was all off the back of Poet. He said that he watched Poet on Copper 90 and was so inspired by what Poet and Vooj was doing that he just really wanted to just get involved in it and that. And so he did. And so he started literally off of that. And he said he saw Poet, I think in Atlanta, and then told him that same thing. So me and him got on really, really well.
Y'all remember 2021 Pedri?
Sorry.
He looked like a Tim
Yeah, he's in it. He loves it. But yeah, he was mad cool. So me and him was mad cool. But yeah, New York is insanely expensive. New York is not a joke. I think one of the reasons why I like New York is because there are similarities between New York and London. Yes. But let me tell you, big man, New York is not a joke. It is very expensive. London is very expensive. We talk about this all of the time. How are people doing it? How are you doing it? How are you surviving? Like, it doesn't feel like any one of us can catch a break at any time. I was in Times Square, yeah? Yes, that is like the equivalent of Leicester Square, right? There was a parking space that was $33 for 1 hour. $33 for 1 hour, big man. That's absolute insanity. That's insane. To me, as far as I'm concerned, they don't want you to park there. That's the prices of like, no, we don't want no one here. But no, if you are, this is the fee. That's basically, that's the way that I saw it.
Yeah.
It's mad. Like, even with like Red Bull covering costs and whatnot now, I got flued out. I'm a bad bitch now for Red Bull and whatnot. Even with them covering everything, I still spent peas out there. I still spent dough out there. It's nuts. They put that. Yeah, I don't know if I was going to say this, but yeah, I might as well. So I was quite fortunate enough where they put money on my Uber, so I got the credit.
Oh,
so I got some Uber credit.
that's nice.
Yeah. They put a nice change on there.
Yeah.
A nice change on there. Bear in mind, I didn't even need to get Ubers anywhere because they are.
You still got?
Nah, because you don't transfer over. And anyway,
What do you mean you don't transfer over?
Let me get to the point. Anyway.
All right.
So boom. So they've given me this credit now, yeah, which was a chunk of change on the thing. But I didn't even really need to order Ubers because they was ordering Ubers and that anyway. But now that I've got this chunk of change, I'm escalating up the place to bits now. Every minute I can, black SUV, jumping in the big whip and just going places. Just living that type of life. But even when I'm checking the P's for that, like on the normal like Uber prices and that, it's just insane, bro. It's insane. And Brooklyn, Williamsburg, I know that's obviously the place where like all hipsters and all that are now, apparently. But even there is mad expensive.
Well, that's why it's expensive.
Like Brooklyn is all changed. I heard what's his name, Cameron, talking about, because Cameron's from Harlem, yeah? And they asked him a really good question. It was something about like his connection to Harlem today and like how important that has been to his identity or whatever, yeah? And he was like, there's only a certain point of Harlem that he has in his mind, because when he goes to Harlem now isn't nothing like how it was when he was growing up in Harlem. Like, he said that he prefers it with the abandoned buildings and the glass on the floor and whatever, and also he knows that of course that isn't always good. You know what I mean? It isn't always good, but that was just the community that he grew up in. It was far from perfect, but that's his connection to it. Now when you go there and it's nothing like that, it's like Yeah, I'm repping Harlem, but I'm not really repping Harlem today like that. Why have you got that on the screen?
It's just Instagram.
Oh. It's just really expensive over there, bro. I feel like so many places that are westernized that have these type of cities. I feel like we're all going through the same thing.
Or gentrification.
Gentrification, yeah. Like New York, and then you'll say LA as well. LA is supposed to be like bonkers. I went to LA years ago. Then you'll probably also look at places like all the other cities, like Paris, like people that live in France. People will say that Paris is probably really expensive. All of the major cities in these places are most of them, everyone's feeling it in some way there.
Yeah. But this goes on to what you were talking about in your last pod, wasn't it? About, you said that there's something to do with technology, like money, and like they are like trying to basically like make more so that they can make more.
Yeah, definitely.
And the only way you can do that is by essentially pricing out.
Well, I've also got another theory though.
Go.
My theory is that I've got no evidence to back this up. This is all feelings and no facts. Okay? It just wouldn't surprise me. But this is my theory, yeah? So, of course, we got governments and we got, like, people that are in control of countries and whatever else, yeah? I still believe that there is another part to that we're not aware of.
Right.
Yeah? How important that is, I don't know. But I do believe that there's another layer to that. I believe that there's a part, maybe not necessarily a huge part, but like some type of experiment where let's keep pushing humans to see how far we can push them. Let's just keep doing it to see how they react. So let's just gradually make things a little bit more expensive. Let's just gradually make things a little bit more difficult. Let's just gradually, once it starts getting too crazy, we'll put some things in place that will simmer it down a little bit. But what does it look like when humans are pushed to their absolute maximum? I think that's where we're gradually going. Now, the thing is, we will naturally, we'll adapt. We'll just keep adapting to stuff. But surely there has to become a point where we stop adapting. Like, what does that look like? What does it look like when we all stop adapting? That has to be one whole load of pushing. I'll tell you that now. Because you see, like, even for now, rioting and protesting don't really do too much. Because you know, over a period of time, it just becomes fish and chips paper. And then that's just is what that is. Like, we can moan, scream, do you know what? Okay, let's say taxes. They're potentially looking to raise income tax again, yeah? All kinds of taxes are going up, by the way. Also, even council tax. Like, I just heard recently that if you are band G and H, I think it is. G and H, your thing's doubling. So your council tax is going to go from $3,000 to $6,000. Somewhere in and around that, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck, I lost my point. Oh yeah, taxes. Okay, boom. So the taxes are going to keep going up or whatever. A lot of us are of the opinion that the country is in a bad state at the moment. They're saying, government is essentially saying, well, we need money. We need more money to be able to do X, Y, and Z. The question or the pushback on that is, well, what's been happening with the last bit of money? Like, what's going on with that? Like, everyone's been paying taxes for how many years? Yeah. So what's happening? How have we actually got here? It's just getting worse and worse and worse. Now, naturally, there's going to become a point where people are going to kick, scream, bawl, shout, all of that type of stuff, yeah? And they might want to touch the road and protest and whatnot. It's not really going to do that much. Because there's still always going to be the other side, which is still going to be the majority, actually, that will feel this way They will feel this way, but they just can't be bothered. One, they can't be bothered to go and touch the road. And two, do you know what? Like, even the idea of turning around and saying, I'm not paying it, there isn't enough people to do that. There isn't enough people that are going to turn around and say, you know what? I'm not doing it no more. I ain't doing it. If a large percentage of people still turn around and say, well, I am doing it, then you're screwed. You're actually screwed. So, like, what does it look like when you keep pushing human civilization? The other point that I was going to make as well, even on the taxes thing, is that, like, I think people can stomach it if the country was looking like Qatar or Dubai, still with all the elements of the culture that we have here, but it just was looking futuristic and it wasn't so expensive, even though Dubai is expensive still. But things are, healthcare's great. Healthcare is really, really good. Public schools are amazing. It's safe. Policing is really good.
Yeah.
Like, all of these things are really good. There's no potholes in the road. I was listening to LBC the other day. They was talking about all the potholes are going to be cleared by 2030 or some shit like that.
You're talking UK?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no potholes in the road, all of this type of stuff, yeah. You might be able to turn around and say, look, I don't love paying this amount of money, but I can see it though. I can see it. Like, I send my son, daughter goes to school and that. They didn't even, like, yeah, they don't go private school, but their school's amazing. Policing, is safe. Call the police, whatever. I know that things are going to get dealt with a certain type of way. Cool. You know, these people are being paid enough. They're getting paid enough, so more people want to do it. How much people want to be a teacher these days? How much people want to be a nurse or a doctor? How much people want to work in these, like how many people want to be a key worker now? If you're not getting paid that much money and you're getting one set of grief and there isn't even enough of you, what is this here?
The average MP salary is 93 grand. That's the basic salary, actually.
Why did you put that on the screen though?
Because I think to root out the corruption in the government or people that, like, don't want your best interest,
Pay them less.
100%. I don't think they should get paid more than a teacher.
I hear it.
And what I was gonna say was also that if you become a prime minister, so if you're searching for absolute power of the country, you don't get paid a salary. You just get given your yard, you get given food, you get given drink, and when your term is up, the country looks after you. You don't earn a piece. You don't earn a salary.
I hear that stuff.
That way you root out people who are, bro, man said 93 bags, basic, and then they can do expenses off of that.
Yeah.
I don't think you should get a salary as a government thing, and if you do get paid, you shouldn't get paid more than a regular civil servant or like community person, like a teacher. Or
all of that needs to change, bro. I don't have
you hear what happened in the
do you know what? Sorry, bro. I will say this. I understand that it is a difficult job to please everyone, because you can't. Everyone has their own beliefs and their own things that they feel is important to them. Yeah. I just don't believe, not necessarily in my lifetime, I just don't believe that there will ever be somebody that is in these positions that will wholeheartedly do the best thing ultimately for the country without there being another thing to it. I just can't see it, bro. And the reason why I can't see it is because I just think that, like, it's just got worse and worse and worse. Because even now, yeah, when we look at things being expensive and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure, I wasn't there, but it'd be interesting to find, like, somebody that was, like, in and around in the 70s. Like, let's say somebody that was born in the 50s, right? They're born in the 50s, living, you know, they're in their 20s or whatever. so in the 70s or whatever, I'm pretty sure that there would have been a time even in that where it was like things were sketchy and things were a bit pricey or things were a bit like whatever it was. But we look back at those times now because it's got so bad. We look at that and we're like, oh, I wouldn't mind going back to that.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because back then, if you judge it to now, it doesn't seem as crazy. But at the time living through it, it was still mad, though. So that to me says that there is a documented history of this continuously happening through early human civilization, which then makes me believe I don't have that much trust in people like that. Because there are always going to be people that are going to do the right. Of course there are. Like, I shouldn't say that I don't have trust in nobody, because I do. But it's like, ultimately, yeah, you can always line people's pockets and make them do something different.
Exactly.
So you might think that you're doing the right thing at that moment in time until you get a phone call that says, hear what I'm saying, yeah. I know you want to implement this. What's your charity?
Right.
I got 60 mil for your charity.
Hold that.
Pay yourself a salary out of that. Boom, for the rest of your thing. Just make a young adjustment.
Right.
What do you think most people are going to do?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to turn around and say, I wouldn't do that. Until you get the phone call. Big man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's dark.
It's dark. Music. Any. Do you see that?
The cleaning company.
Yeah, so Enny, she's a rapper. Someone I actually really rate.
She's really good.
She is really good. I even played one of her songs on my R&B show, which was like a little bit off, but still. She's very, very, very good. She announced retirement.
Right, okay. Yes, that's where I stopped.
Yeah. Oh, so you ain't seen?
I ain't seen. What did she do?
So the retirement was this. That got 13,000 likes, and then how much views did that get on her thing? So she quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just over a quarter of a million. Anyway, so she was getting like letters sent to her, like people was writing her things and, you know, like encouragement and this, that and the fourth and blah, blah, blah and whatever else, yeah. Anyway, couple days later, it seems like it's a rollout for a tune.
That's what I thought.
Did you think that at the time when she did it?
When I saw this, no. I thought she was done.
And then when you saw that,
when I saw this,
so just for audio listeners, explain what you're talking about.
The advert for the cleaning company, which was called PBG Cleaning. I saw this and I remember, honorable shout out to Janicia. I was telling Janicia that I was like, there's no way that this is an ad for a cleaning company. It's too clean. It's too crisp. It's too...
Yeah.
Even the camera is just too perfect for it to be... That's graded, bro. Like, you don't grade generally like an advert for a cleaning company.
Yeah, I hear it still. You know what? When I watched it, I kind of did think that too, but I thought, you know what? She's used his transferable skills.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? She's taken elements of what she is used to in music and she's applying it to marketing with her business.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And then it turned out that it wasn't that, and it was for a song. And I noticed that the people's reaction to that was split, because obviously some people were saying, "Oh, that's genius! It's genius." Some people wasn't loving it, and I was trying to work out how I felt about it, because if I'm being honest, at first I didn't love it. I didn't love it. And the reason why I didn't love it is because, look, many times people say that they're quitting something and then they're retiring and they just dive back in. Yeah. We made a joke, actually. At the end of the last pod, one year, we said, yeah, we're not coming back. This is the last one, blah, blah, whatever. But obviously we came back, yeah, because it was just a whole branding thing. I think like, and maybe I'm picking and choosing here.
Yeah.
I feel like the speech made it really deep. And when you have like an emotional connection to an artist and you also understand how difficult music can be, how mad the business can swallow people up and whatever.
Yeah.
I just kind of initially just thought, I just don't know if I love this. The speech and then it just being an immediate rollout. I can understand how an artist can do the speech and then they might change their mind. Look, Jay-Z did it. Black Album ain't doing it anymore. Documentary, this, that, and the fourth, or whatever else. Yeah, he does the whole tour. He does everything, and then that's it. But though, what was it? 2-3 years? He had a break. I could see how how Jay could have turned around, looked at the landscape of rap music, and said, "You lot ain't doing what you lot. There's a space. I'm jumping back." Skepta, I think, did it. I don't know if he did a whole speech, but I think he did like retiring, whatever, and then maybe dropped something later on down the line. But it just wasn't a rollout. There's something about the rollout aspect,
Tugging on heartstrings.
yeah, like that bit there. It feels like I just don't know about it. And I remember like me and one of my business partners, we was talking about doing something quite similar actually.
Right.
Where we was going to say, this is the last one of something. And he was saying, I don't think we should do that because we don't know if it's going to be the last one, because it might not be the last one.
Right.
And it's like, it seems like you're not being genuine. And there's something about being genuine to people that support you. Do you know what I mean? If there's people that support you, you want to be as genuine as possible and not tug on their heartstrings and play with their emotions like that when you have a good inkling that you might do the same thing again. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately though, it doesn't stop me loving her though, because she's still cold. And I'm glad that she ain't retiring, because this game needs artists like her. I need artists like her. I need artists that have that type of substance, that have something to say, you know, someone that can hit different pockets and all that type of stuff. She's just cold. So I'm glad that she isn't. I just don't know if I would always recommend, I'm quitting, and then like 2 days, 3 days later, or even a week later, nah, I'm joking. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that still. But big her up.
It worked.
Did it work? That's the question. Did it? What does it work? What does that mean? When it works, what does that mean? That's the question. Because what's the goal?
You've been gone for a while and you need to get the light back on you.
She ain't been gone for a while. She got the light on her by saying, look, the argument now is that human beings and the internet, they love drama. So if you feed them drama, they're gonna feed into it. If you feed them something positive after that, they don't really give a shit. Right. So you might turn around now and say, "Oh, I'm leaving. The music industry is this, that." She didn't say that, but I'm just saying anyway. The music industry is this, that, and the fourth. I can't stand it here. Blah 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 blah. Everyone's in the comments. Yeah, they're this and that, and yeah. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, babes. Oh, I love you. Blah 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 blah. Then you're like, "No, hold on a minute. I'm joking. Here's this product.
Right.
Here's this product. Can you support me?" What's that? Let me scroll past that. Let me scroll past that again. And you just keep scrolling until you find something negative and something that you could just be, oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, farming.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So does it work?
Angel's advocate.
Go on.
As we know, marketing costs a pretty penny.
True.
So if you are an independent artist and you would like to market and you have a whole idea, how do you get eyes on what you're marketing.
Yeah.
And I would say, again, I agree with you to the extent that's like, it wouldn't be the lane that I would choose, but it's a lane. It's a lane to get eyes on. It's a lane to get traction. It's a lane to get people talking.
I get it. I get that.
I'm saying.
I also understand that. Like, how do you get eyes on you when it's so noisy outside?
Right.
So when it's so noisy and attention spans are so quick and whatever, how can you get people to pay attention to what you're doing? The only thing is, yeah, I think like at a different time in life, that rollout there would have longer legs because you would do that and people would see it out. Whereas I feel like today, everyone's attention span is so quick, and also everyone's upset on the internet that I don't know how long that actually lasts. Like, I don't know how it's one thing getting eyes on you. How do you get people to then care, or more people to care?
That you've literally just probably just like gone through like that meeting in your head. How do I get people to care? How do I get people traction? How do I get people attention span on what it is that I want?
Yeah.
All right, cool. She has 153k followers, right? Let's say 80% listen to her music. How many new people did she get, bro?
What, 80% of her followers listen to her music?
I don't know. What would be
I don't
an
think
average?
it will. I don't.
But what my point is that you would have got. I would love to see the statistics, but how many of new people listen to your music now?
Yeah, that's the way of gauging it,
right? How many new? How much did you gain? Is it a statistically significant amount?
But that's why I'm saying I feel like the errors are different now, because like I believe that at a certain time that would get people to go over and be like, let me listen to this.
Right.
I just don't know if people will do that today. So you didn't really, well, let me go and listen to this. Like, how much people do that? Which is a shame. Like, how much people actually do that? Like, how much times do you go on the internet and hear somebody doing something and be like, let me go and hear the full thing? Like, how much times do people do that?
Yeah.
I just don't know if people. Her Spotify listeners are alright though. She's got 1.7 mil monthly listeners. Big her up.
Yeah.
She's not small fry.
It'll be interesting to see what it was before the rollout.
She's cold, man.
She is. She really is.
She's really cool. She had a project called Under 25, which was sick as well. Go and check her out if you haven't, because she's very good. Actually, talking about the internet and everyone being upset, I do want to say this, yeah. So just recently, I saw the clip of Ambush running down Kidavelli. You see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and I'm not going to talk about that because I don't think that should even be on the internet anyway. That's a whole nother thing, and that's a whole nother conversation. I just don't like all of that. But I remember looking on the internet and seeing the way that people were reacting to it, because loads of people was laughing, and it was like purely based off the fact that guy Kidavelli has been on podcast before talking about violence and this, that, and the fourth or whatever, yeah. And so this time violence is put onto him, and so the internet was just absolutely loving that they could see him saying one thing and then in this dynamic another thing is happening, yeah. And I couldn't help but think that this is never going to change, by the way, but this is just an observation. The internet is going to make somebody feel like they need to do something absolutely insane because it's going to tap into their ego so much. Do you know that? That's what's going to happen. One day, everyone's going to just laugh and joke and make fun of and ha and he and this, that. And then one day, a person is going to think, Because you see, when the internet is on you, or a section of the internet is on you, it feels like the whole world's on you. It feels way bigger than it actually. Oh, let me write this down because I got something to say about chunks as well.
Timestamp that. Timestamp that.
No, it's fine. The internet is going to make you think the whole world is laughing at you. And in your mind, somebody has to be a victim now. Somebody just has to be a victim. Because also that everyone thinks I'm a Hoseo. This is what everyone thinks. When really, in essence, not to say that this is the case, because I don't know, but there's always a bad man for somebody. No matter, like, you could have, like, two things can be true. You could have been out there causing a ruckus and doing a whole bunch of madness here, there, left, right, and centre, and just met up with somebody who was just badder than you. And you just have to charge that to the game. If you've been treating people a certain type of way, then you have to understand that one day something's going to get, you know what I mean? It's going to come back to you. Right. Some people say that that's how karma works. Whatever your thing is, yeah. But just taking away that scenario, just taking them away from this scenario, yeah. It's like the way that the internet reacts to these things. Like even that guy that was Bossman Drive. Bossman Drive. So, like, I don't know if people actually really understood how terrifying that a situation like that would be. And I get it. Because by the way, for people who don't know, I'm talking about this guy. I'm not sure who he was. It was a viral moment. Did that happen this year? Or was it the year before?
It might have been the year before.
Okay, so
Uncle Drive.
Yeah, Uncle Drive. He's basically jumping in the Uber or whatever, and these youths have come out and they've got borers and he's trying to stab him and all of that, yeah. But he's got one on him as well. That's the maddest thing. He actually had one on him too. Are you trying to find it? Don't put it on the screen though.
No, I won't.
You're just trying to find out when it was.
Yeah, it was 24.
It was 24, yeah. So anyway, now he's in the Uber and the guys are just trying to poke him in the thing. You know the thing, the Uber, and he's telling my man to drive and all of that, yeah. And the laughing and the joking on the internet, yeah. I'm watching the internet, laughing and joking at him, and I'm thinking to myself, I really hope, yeah, that even though there's an argument to say that maybe he did something to someone of them or whatever it may be, yeah, I'm just hoping that the internet is not going to make him feel like he needs to go and do something mad. And that's the same. I'm just going to take it back to this scenario here with Kidavelli. Like, when I'm seeing all the laughing and joking and all of that, yeah, all I could think of is like, I just hope that this doesn't make him feel like he needs to just go out and just go and do something crazy. Because the internet is making you think that you are a Usio. When really, everyone is. Like, everyone is really that is doing that. Like, if someone who's running you down and is on serious smoke, there's only a very small percentage of people that are running towards it. Do you get what I'm saying? Dan is not going to run away from anyone. He's always going to run towards something. Yeah. Unless there's 100 man. Yeah. And even then, I don't even know if he's running away.
I don't think he is either.
But yeah, anyway, I just hope that the internet doesn't make him feel like that. And I wanted to also just go to the Chunks thing because I was just talking on the internet as well, yeah. I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed this, yeah, but Chunks went from like the person that everyone loves to now, like, every time I see Chunks' name on the internet, it's like people are just rinsing him in some way, shape or form, yeah. And I know that like some people will say, of course, like him and Philly was like the bad guy, and it made Chunks seem like he was the good guy, yeah? Right? So you had somebody that was playing a role and that was feeding into something, and then now you've got a good guy and a bad guy, and it works, right? Yeah, they made loads of bread and all of that type of stuff. Now, the internet has been so on Chunks over over a decent period of time, yeah. And I remember watching. He was on. Chunks went on a podcast with Harry Pinero and Darkest his cousin, and he was talking about it, and he was saying like why he feels that this is happening and whatnot. And you know what I wanted to do? I actually was gonna DM him and send him a book. There's a book here, which is one of my favorite books. It's called the Four Agreements. Yeah, and I think that like anyone that is ever trying to find themselves in a place of notoriety should read that book, because in one of the chapters is don't take it personal. Yeah, I think it's chapter 3, and the reason why I think this chapter is so good, yeah, is because it doesn't talk about, you see, when you say don't take it personal, naturally you would think about, in this context I'm talking about chunks and bad feedback and all of that, yeah. It really dives into when things are good. Like when you are doing something good and everyone is telling you how good this actually is. This is amazing. And you start like almost believing it and hanging on to it. The moment that it stops happening, then it feels mad because you're so used to this. But by the way, I don't say this as a critique, by the way. I just say it as a thing to help, because it must be really difficult to go on the internet every day and someone's got something to say about your life every day. And yeah, sometimes like there are things that are being said that maybe they are talking topics. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't say on the internet that you would abandon your youth for your religion and people not say nothing, because they definitely are. The unfortunate thing is that the internet doesn't give grace. The internet won't think, okay, do you know what? He's saying this now, but he doesn't have a child yet. So when he has a child, maybe all of that will change. The internet won't say that. The internet will just take it super literally, naturally, because it's just coming out of his mouth. Pause for the kids. And then just, that's another thing. Oh, he's this and he's that. And the internet starts doing what it's doing. Going online every day, or going whenever you're going online, just must be irritating, because you're seeing people that are having all of these mad think pieces about your life that you're trying to live, and your friendships and your relationships and whatnot. But you see that chapter there, you see when you can really deep it and understand what's going on, it makes maneuvering around some of this so much more easier. When Poet was getting really annoyed about like what some of the people were saying about me with the whole Gets thing or whatever, I understood why some people was doing that. All of the other stuff, I didn't even see, bro. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. The only reason why I knew it was becoming something is because when I'm on Twitter and I'm scrolling up, yeah, every minute I kept seeing a clip of me. So I'm not reading it, but I'm just seeing me. And I'm like, no one has ever posted anything that I'm saying positively. Right. So it has to be negative. Right. Yeah. And when I'm going in and I'm seeing more comments than likes in the notifications. Oh, I know what this is. So, you know, people will do the thing in the, like, so Shade Burrow will post it. Helena and what's his name? Helena and whatever the name is here. So they'll post that now. And then the internet, somebody on the internet will tag me. Yeah, Chuckie, you're a pussy, because that's why and then I'm like, I'll read one of them. Yeah. I'll read one of them and I'm like, oh, the internet is doing this. Okay, cool. So then I just go on there and I literally do not know what the hell is going on until someone might ring me and be like, yo, what's this about? What's that about? I'm like, bro, I don't know. Today or tomorrow, they won't care about it. Because guess what? No one's talking about Gets at the moment. Oh, no, actually, in fact, no one's talking about the guy. The guy's family that's passed away either. Like, no one's talking about that. No one's talking about that. Yeah. No one's got, I don't know if anyone's got any concerns about, like, how much the funeral, because funerals are expensive. Right. How the mum's doing and all of that. No one's discussing that. But everyone will discuss it again when Gets comes up to his court case. Every time Gets is in the news, then everyone will care again. The internet will care about it, and then everyone's upset and mad and farming it off and whatever else, and then nobody cares anymore. So that's why I see chapter 3 in the 4 Agreements. Yeah, you should get it as well. Read it. It's not a big book.
Let me borrow yours.
Nah, because that book is sentimental to me. I'll buy one for you.
Do you borrow books?
Nah, if I borrow a book and I read it, I need it.
Do you have lots of books in your collection?
I do. So I'm not a book reader, but I've read books.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Like I can only read certain types of books, and then once I've completed it, it's like a trophy to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't just read bare books like
I've
that.
got a perfect present for you.
A good book. It's got to be an autobiography.
Right.
It's something to do with law.
It's not a book.
Oh, okay. Or some black history type stuff or whatever else. Alright, cool. Let me just quickly go through some of these other bits and pieces. What else is going on in the world? What else is going on in the world? We actually haven't even had the opportunity to discuss Jamaica. And I want to do a whole episode on that. I want to do a whole episode with somebody on that. But I do want to just say love and guidance to everyone that's in Jamaica at the moment, and big up everyone that is doing the right thing by trying to donate and whatnot. Maybe what we should do is just put something in the description on like where a good place to donate or put clothes.
White Yardie had a thing going.
I saw.
I don't know if that container's gone.
What's that?
It was a container.
No, it hasn't gone yet.
Okay, it's still here. Okay, yeah, I'll put that in the
But
description.
we will actually cover that properly. I don't want to just do that by myself. I feel like that's something that Poet should be here for, and a guest, and even Dan. Anthony Joshua versus Logan Paul. I don't love it.
I don't love it either.
But I don't even know if I ever want to go into all of that. I think this is something that we're just going to keep doing over and over again. Because until Jake Paul gets his block knocked all the way off,
and he will.
And once it gets knocked all the way off, that's when it will stop. But I guess the one thing that I will say is at least this one here is like their size isn't all the way off, is it? I think it might be actually. AJ's huge, but so is Jake Paul. You know, Jake Paul's big. You know.
Yeah, but the professionals that he's fought, respectfully, are older, are out of the game for a while. You know, training, whatever. It's like class is permanent and form is temporary type shit. But AJ,
I just want to know. Like, I'm just curious to know what AJ would be doing it for, because like. No, man. I know that that's the first thing, money. AJ is up. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about me. I'm a pocket watcher. A proud one. You know that? I want to know, but I'm not a dickhead pocket watcher, by the way. Like, I don't want to know, you got a tenner in your pocket and like, you know what I mean, you got bills here. No, I like to know how much does the chandelier cost in that house? How much was the mattress? Because it inspires me that somebody can come from a certain environment and be living like this. How much is the bedside table? How much do you spend on that? I like to hear those flexes. You see, AJ is so up and lives so humbly. You forget that you forget that AJ's got dough, you know. It's like, I just don't think it can't just be for the people. I mean, look, everyone's got a price. Maybe they might offer him 100 million, and 100 million is 100 million. But I can't imagine that it's going to be that. I can't imagine it's going to be 100 million. I can't imagine that he's going to be short for £1. And I can't imagine that his kids or whoever else even really need the extra P. But maybe though. And look, I might be a hypocrite because maybe I might do it. Were you going to offer me 20 mil to just knock this guy's block off and shut him up for just shut him up now? Then I can see it. But I want to hear that. I want to hear AJ say, if AJ is going to take this fight, I just want AJ to say, look, the money is nice. The money is nice. But this guy is talking off. He thinks that this is easy. Because he's had a few fights with a couple of amateurs and that. Let me tell you something. I'm going to knock his block all the way off and done this whole dance. That's why I'm here. I'm just here to just done this dance. Now, look, I don't want anyone to die. But I'm punching him in the face. Hard. That he's going to have to understand what this is. Someone's going to have to throw in the towel. I'm going to punch him to bits in there and just done this whole talk. Because I'm sick of it. If I hear that, then I'm like, all right, cool. AJ, I'm there for it. Punch him up. Knock his block off. Finish this whole thing. Finish it. Like, finish it, bro.
2 years. He hasn't fought in 2 years.
Who hasn't fought in 2 years?
AJ. No, 1 year. Last year. Yeah, bro, he's too fresh off the block to be fighting Jake Paul.
How old is AJ now?
AJ's 36, it says.
So for a boxer, he's obviously at that age now where he probably also is looking at the fact that, like, he might just be looking at the fact that in order for him to get a title fight, he's got to fight this person and that. By the time he gets there, he might be somewhere in his late 30s, like 38, 39, and that's really old in boxing to then get a title fight potentially. I know I'm probably exaggerating the numbers there, but I can see how he might be like, if I'm not gonna fight, if I'm not gonna do it to get a title, then what's the point? So I'm not doing it. I'm basically retired unless someone's gonna offer me P. And then now this pussy I was talking about, he wants to fight me. I'm not fighting him. What, 20 million? 30 million? Do you know what? Yeah, let me take that money and knock his block off and done this whole thing. Mash up his ass. So that there's nothing anymore. Right. That's it.
Yeah.
Punch him off to bits. Punch him up to bits. Done this whole thing off. That's the attitude. That's the attitude. And I tell you what, I want to see it before, because AJ does do it before the fight, and then sometimes in the fight can be a bit nice. I don't want, like, respectfully, I don't want any of that. Don't go in there, shake no man's hand. Like, shake his hand afterwards. Do that afterwards. But you see, in there, straight, full 100% dog mode. Dog him. Mash him up. Mash him up in there. And take time with the mashing up as well. Don't go in there and like, do the 1 round thing. Mash him up for like 4 or 5 rounds. 6 rounds, done the whole thing. That's that. And then he might turn around and say, you know what, I'm done now. And then we can all go about our ways. 2 other things. Who has had a better music career than Skepta? Who has had a better music career, a better music lifespan than Skepta? Pull it in the comments right now. Who has had one? Or even on par? Because let me tell you something. Skepta hasn't done an arena or a stadium or anything like that. But when I tell you something, this guy is culture. Like, he just is that. He just is it. He just, I don't know if you know, he's GQ Man of the Year. You see that?
Yeah,
bro.
That.
GQ Man of the Year. He is everything that he says he is, bro. He is like the upper echelon of this music thing. And I actually think that he's probably about to make... Am I being a prisoner of the moment? Like, maybe he might make one of his...
Well, it did say he's due to release something.
Yeah, he's going to make a project, but I feel like he's going to... Do you know what? I feel like the bag that he's going to be in, because, you know, him and Fred again, they've created something, and then obviously he's doing the house thing. Like, he said that this album's going to be full of, like raving tunes, basically, yeah. I just think that he's going to do something crazy with this. And I think the reason why Skepta's actually just cold, yeah, is because this won't be a thing of he drops a project and then it just comes and goes. It will just be like he drops his project, yeah, and there's a whole campaign around it and a whole bunch of shows that matches this thing. And it just becomes a whole moment in time again. And I can see that he's in a space where he's almost trying to, because he sort of said it, where it's like, like getting the young G's to understand house music and what house music has birthed. Because when he said someone asked him what is British culture, and I've always struggled to answer that, yeah, but he did give a really good answer, and he said a part of British culture is rave culture. And he kind of went into that. And again, if I was sitting down with Skepta, I think that's the conversation I think I would have spent a bit of time on. I would have spent some time on that bit. Rave culture, what that means, and gone through elements of that from the late 70s, 80s. Not to say that he will know all of that, but just like we do know that warehouse parties and stuff like that, you can see there's so many of them on the internet. How that developed into other things like garage. Then from garage, grime. You know, like we have a certain thing where within that music, within this raving culture, you dress a certain way, you do a certain thing, you talk a certain way, like you're just in it. And that was a thing that we all wanted to be a part of. It's changed so much now, but that has been a real important thing to so many of us, rave culture. The like British, especially like people that have been in it, Black British in particular, have taken bits and pieces from so many other places but then also brought it here and mixed it with what's happening here and said, yeah, this is our thing though. This is our version of it. And everyone's welcome. His career is just the sickest one. His one is the sickest one. And then on top of that, he's rich from just being him. It's so good that shit that, you know, when everyone was doing all that foolishness, when they was making all that foolish music and that, yeah, because they all did it. Most of them did it anyway. And I don't begrudge them for it. I say that all the time. I don't begrudge them for it at all. I always like wanted to see, regardless of that, I always wanted to see these lot changing their lives and all of that type of stuff, yeah. But it's actually so sick to see someone just being themselves. And just moving when they want to move. Because that's what it looks like to me. He doesn't have to deliver anything. He doesn't have to deliver an album. He doesn't have to he doesn't have to do a single. He can make whatever music he wants to, and he can produce. And he can work with whoever. He can be in a space where he's with Uzi Vert doing a madness, and then go to Grime MCFM and be with some of the young G's just spitting. Like, do you know how cold that is? Like somebody of his stature still just like somewhere in the trenches, but then when he leaves the trenches, he jumps straight back into the Ras Clark. You get what I'm saying? The big whips and whatnot. I love it, bro. I swear to God, I love it. Even though naturally sometimes there'll be some critiques here, there, left, right and centre or whatever. But ultimately, more than anything, I just admire it. Like, I've seen so many of them grow in my life and seen them change their lives in such a big way. And it's like, it's just the sickest thing, bro. Look at him, bro. He looks like a superhero. All he needs to do now is act. And even then when he acts, he's going to just do his own thing. Like, he's not going to do they're going to have him acting like some idiot. Like, he's going to do some other cool shit. Like that. Yeah, man, big him up, man. And big up JME as well. And big up Julie Adenuga as well. I love Julie, man.
It's great.
You know, like, sometimes I always think I wish I podded with Julie more.
Me too. I wish you podded with Julie more.
I wish I podded with Julie more. Big Julie up still. All right, that's me. Hcpod live. Yeah, 20th of November. We're gonna be at Clapham Grand. Yeah, tickets are available. Limited tickets are available. We're gonna have some fun over there. Me, Poet, Savage Dan. Yeah, man. I'll see you over there.
And don't worry, I won't have a mic.